It's another Monday night. It's another FATTAL Factor. Welcome in, everybody. Shelton Diggs. Thank you, Coach Diggs, man. Thank you. I appreciate that because let me tell you right now, Steve Ramirez, I don't know what kind of music you would like on this stream, especially when it's just kind of like intro, you know? There's nothing... First of all, I can't play the music you'd probably want because I would get a copyright flag. So this is non-copyright, you know, no chance the channel gets screwed over. Just kind of like vibes, man. I don't know why you're hating on it. Steve Ramirez, man, I can't wait to bring Aram on because last night I was all over the clock operator in Dallas. Now, of course, Steve Ramirez has to come in, and we love Steve. Stevie, you know I love you, but you know I also have to get on you because you bring up, you're like kind of a stickler, dude. Last night, in my opinion, again, and I had a feeling like to your point, and Steve's right. Like the clock operator in the stadium, I'm sure is an objective like NFL person, right? Like part of the officiating crew, right? You're not. It's not like going to a football game in high school, or a basketball game. Listen, there's 1 second on the clock, and you're the home clock. You let that clock hit zeros, man. You let that clock hit zeros. Refs want to review it and put a second back up on the clock, so be it. But I was just kind of having a little fun. Like, how does that ball hit the ground and you stop it on 1 second? Unbelievable. Anyway, and then Stevie Ramirez, I can't even breathe, and the guy's hopping all over me about the music. Anyway, Stevie, we love you. Coach Diggs, thanks for the support. Guys, thanks for joining. As we all know, the numbers will crawl as Monday Night Football ends. This game's not very good, so I'm kind of hoping that the viewership picks up a little bit sooner. But we have a good little slate on tap. No guests today. Just going to get Aram on. We're going to talk Santa Margarita, Bishop Gorman. And earlier today, I talked with Aram and I said, dude, don't tell me anything. I want the energy to be raw and honest on air. We might get into it. I don't know. But Santa Margarita lost 14-0. And I thought that, like, I'll save my thoughts for when Aram gets on. But we're going to talk Bishop Gorman, Santa Margarita, which was really the only thing from the past week that was worth talking about. Everyone was on a bye week. Of the top 25 teams in my rankings, 14 of them were on a bye. So that goes to show you. Then we have some midseason awards we want to pass out. I think that'll be fun. I actually have a midseason yearly award watch list that I'm going to post October 1st, like as we're officially in October. Be on the lookout for that. But Aram and I will award our and that'll be like a list. But Aram and I are just going to pick players for a player of the year, defensive player of the year, breakout player of the year, teams that have been a surprise, teams that have been a disappointment, and then a coach of the year. So we got some awards to pass out in the middle of the year as league play rolls in. And then we'll look at some league play this Friday, Saturday, Thursday, whatever. Matt Logan, who was on the show a couple weeks ago, Corona Centennial coach, is going for win number 300, I believe, on Thursday night against Roosevelt. Might be a Friday game, but I kind of think it's on Thursday night. And he will be only the 15th coach in California history, if I'm not mistaken, to get 300 wins, man. And what a better guy to do it. He's just so great. So a couple tidbits there, and then yeah, we'll go on and move on to some league play action. What games, tickle our fancy per se? Maybe we'll pick a couple winners, but that's what we got for you today or tonight. And thanks all for joining. Again, the numbers will grow here as we get going. Let me get Aram on here, and we have a little bit of housekeeping in the dinner department to get to once I bring him on. So here we go.
Tarek, bro, we've been friends for a long time. Make the call.
There he is. There he is. Oh, chuck up the deuces. Look, hey, okay, so you got the aviators on today. There we go. Now we're getting on brand now. See, it took 8 weeks, but he's leaning in, ladies and gentlemen. He's leaning in.
Yeah, just so you guys know, Bro Tarek has this concept of me and my style that is just out of this world. Like, I always wear sunglasses when I never wear sunglasses. He thinks I wear leather jackets, black boots, basically Depeche Mode style, ride a motorcycle. I never owned a leather jacket in my life. Black boots maybe once, but not anything that I wore other than like to work maybe.
I think the first time I met you at the San Gabriel Valley Tribune office, you came in, you definitely had sunglasses, and I believe they were very similar to what you got on now. If not those exactly, okay? And you did have some blue jeans, you had some black shoes on, maybe even like I'm not gonna go leather, but they were I think they had like some nice black shoes on. They might have been casual, but definitely some blue jeans. And then you had a black collared shirt that might have had buttons, pockets with like buttons on the on it. Not like one button, but maybe like two, some type of like, nice piece per se. Now I do know you did not have a leather jacket on, but it gave off. And then you had the slick back hair, which like you have now. Now, again, it may not be necessarily slick back, like shiny, But you're talking about hair that goes back, okay? Black shoes, jean pants, and then a black collared shirt or some type of nice polo or some, but it had pockets on it. And from then on out, I just thought I just gave Aram like he rode in off a motorcycle into the office.
Totally indulged, bro. Like, yeah. But
Like
yeah.
not even close.
Yeah, but it makes me laugh so much when you do it, dude.
I
You
know
know
you
that.
love
Like,
it. I know.
it
I
just
know.
cracks me up. Yeah, no, not really my style.
No, I'm teasing.
But yeah, Tarek, bro, when you reach a certain age, though, dude, there's nothing you can do or will do with your hair other than just comb it back.
Yeah. Oh, man.
So it's not really a statement.
I've debated with people don't know, but young Tarek, man. I used to have
bro.
I want to say maybe when I started with the Daily News, like in the first year or two. Aram, did I have hair or did I have a buzz?
You had hair, dude.
Yeah, see. Well, I've always had like hair, but I'm saying, did I have this haircut? I've had this same haircut for forever.
Yeah, you had it parted.
Yeah, just short on the taper fade, kind of around side, and short on the sides. Boom, a little bit on the top, parted. But for the longest time, man, I had a buzz. Now I didn't have like a lineup. I never was that guy, but I just had it nice and rounded, tapered, like clean, and I had it buzzed. I would go in and get it buzzed like every 2 weeks, just super fine. And I've thought about honestly going back to it, man. Just going back to the buzz. But anyway, story for another day, dude. Story for another day. Anyway, anyone, thank you for joining, everybody. We got Aram on, and he texted me. Let's pull up. This is something he wants to get to here, which I believe is important to him, and what's important to him is important to me. So let me pull this bad boy up. He wants to talk about what I believe was for dinner tonight. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And we'll talk about it because I have my opinions. Okay, here we go. Stand by. Let me just make sure this is, a little bit of... Yep, that should work. And then YouTube chat. Yep. Okay, here we go. Okay, so, Aram, you should see this on your screen too. Do you see it?
No.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay, hold on.
Yes, sir.
You were so pissed. He said, no.
No, I'm not.
I'm kidding. Okay, let's see. Monitor 1. Okay, you should see it now. How about now?
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead. Take it away.
Do I see it, bro? I ate it. Okay. Pretzel Cheddar Club, ladies and gentlemen, from Chick-fil-A. It's their new item. You can get that bad boy in regular, grilled, or spicy. And that's where Aram screwed up. He got it in spicy. Which was an overreach for first time out. I don't know what to say, bro. I kind of caught Chick-fil-A in a little bit of a con here. That they're beginning to get a lot like some other places where like there just used to be more chicken than now. Like the ratio, of like breading to chicken is like not. It's like too much breading. Is I guess what I'm trying to say.
Okay, too much bread. Okay, continue. Yeah. Okay.
Like their ratio of breading to chicken used to be good, man. You could like taste that chicken and whatever. But now this sandwich just felt like it was all breading. Now I could have screwed that up because I ordered the spicy, but other than that, I didn't really taste the cheddar, which I wanted to. It's okay. Yeah, here's the last part. $12.60 out the door. That's just for the sandwich, okay? That I thought was a little steep. I thought this would be $7-8. There you have it, bro.
Chick-fil-A, I actually had Chick-fil-A on Thursday. I don't dabble with fast food all that much, man. Only when I'm desperate. Late, let's say I'm covering a high school football game in Deep Orange County, or like I gotta go out to Corona Centennial, and it's late, and there's nothing else home. Nothing else open, on my way home, and then I'll dabble. And usually if I go for the gusto. I'll get like a Taco Bell or something like that. Chick-fil-A I did have on Thursday. I had a little time to kill before a doctor's appointment, and I am a habit, like I'm a creature of habit. I get the same thing every time.
Go for the gusto, bro.
I got go for the gusto. Yeah, I got I'm a spicy chicken deluxe guy. I get spicy chicken deluxe, the French fries, and then I just get a drink, man. I just Chick-fil-A sauce, and I get that every single time. It delivers. It's good. I low-key regret it every time because it sits on you. That's the one thing with Chick-fil-A, man. Everything, they just pump it with butter and just that sauce. Everything is so rich, and oh man, it's good when you're eating it, and then I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of it after the fact, but that's my Chick-fil-A order. This to me, like, I just feel like, I don't know. What would you grade it out of 10?
6.
Yeah. It doesn't look that great. What was, okay, that pretzel bun. Was that pretzel bun good at least?
Not pretzel-y enough, meaning not chewy enough, but I get it. They want to err on the side of soft as opposed to chewy. It had more of like a sweetness to it, which I don't like. I like my pretzels salty.
And
The real
cheese,
error though, dude. The cheese I didn't taste, and that was like what sold me. I like a slice of cheddar, man.
Yeah, no, I like cheese too, but something about that almost feels like it like doesn't want to melt. Like it's not like yeah, like it doesn't want to melt. Why? Because it's probably not like real cheese. That's yeah, man. There's a lot to go there. But okay. Last ad. Did you get fries with it? Chick-fil-A sauce, like any of that?
No, I want to stipulate that to everybody. I don't order combos anymore. I allow myself like one item. So
you're an a la carte guy?
Yeah, now I am. Yeah, because I'm trying to like keep my weight down, right? So when I like the other night I got taquitos. The lady's like, "You want rice and beans with that?" No, I don't. And like with like burgers or this Chick-fil-A sandwich, no fries. I come home and have like a Sprite Zero. So that's kind of like my thing. Now I don't really lose weight doing that, but I also don't gain any.
Okay.
So there you have it.
Okay. All right. Little Chick-fil-A check-in. Now it's not quite in and out double animal style chopped chilies cutting.
I like hearing your orders though, bro. I like hearing everyone's orders really. Like I'm always asking our guy Mike.
All right.
Like
let me
fill
the chat back up on this, and then we'll put this down. We'll talk a little Gorman. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna leave this up. Hold on, stand by. I'm really messing this up here. Here we go. Bam. All right, I'm gonna roll some Gorman Margarita highlights. I kind of want your thoughts first. This game was Bishop Gorman 14, Santa Margarita 0, and there were no points in the second half. Go ahead.
I don't have much, bro, because it happened. Bro, I'm sorry. It happened on Friday. I mean, it happened on Saturday. And
okay, well then just react to the score then.
The Santa Margarita defense is better than I thought.
Look,
offense clearly didn't have Trent Mosley.
We got into a huge debate about this in Spaces, and everyone said that Gorman was gonna roll Santa Margarita, and I said, I don't wanna, act like I said something different. I said, if it stays within a score or 10 points, would everyone at least acknowledge Tarek might be on to something? Now, they kept it to within 14. So do you still give me am I still on to something or no? They boat raced him. Which one? That's what I want out of you. I want the truth.
It's somewhere in the middle, dude, which sucks, but that's the truth. They got shut out.
They did.
What do you want me to say? I mean, they got shut out, but they held them to 14 points, which is sort of a win. I don't know, man.
I look, man. I think, there was only one offensive touchdown in the game. So there was a defensive touchdown, okay? I think it was a pick six. And then Gorman scored a touchdown at the end of the second quarter. Santa Margarita certainly had their offensive struggles, but for that defense to be on the field damn near the whole game, Gorman only had 3 offensive possessions the whole first half. So there were elements of this game. Right. This was 14-0, fine. 2 scores to 0, fine. There was only 1 offensive touchdown, and Santa Margarita absolutely was able to stick with. This game was competitive, okay? And so to me, Okay, fine. You want to say it's more in the middle. I'll fight fair. But I would say if there was a lean to it, it would lean more toward what I was saying. That these teams, like Bishop Gorman and Modern Day, are not the freaking immortal juggernauts we're used to seeing. And I think a 14-0 with one offensive touchdown result and a 0 points in the second half tells me I think I might be right.
Bro, yeah. I mean, we already have seen that though. Modern Day's lost to Corona Centennial already. If you're going to turn the ball over a bunch of times, like Modern Day, they're going to lose. Or St. John Bosco, I guess that makes them mortal. They,
well, because in Spaces you were saying, well, if these teams were going to play, would you actually pick another team like to beat them?
Yeah. Well, remember I said there was something serious on the line.
Yes. I just think that the hype every year, I think the media, myself included, we try and peg a challenger. And we all know Sierra Canyon is that challenger. But there might be other, and look, I mean, for God's sakes, how can we not call Corona Centennial a challenger? They already beat Modern Day. It's like, but people want to say that's a fluke. Okay, be that as it may, I think it creates a better chance for Lightning to strike again, man, because I don't think these teams are that good. And so Gorman to come to Santa Margarita, and it's only a 14-point deficit for Santa Margarita. I think everyone should get excited that we might have some fun at the Division I playoff level. And so I know we've already been talking about it. I think this game somewhat solidified it. That's what I think.
I gotta think. I mean, we're gonna find out soon enough, anyways, because league play is starting. So I would just say let it play out. It's funny, like we're saying like Sierra Canyon is that team. The question is, they are like the big challenge to who exactly? Modern Day or St. John Bosco? Because right now it's like a threesome.
I would say both.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah, I would say both.
I would agree. But I think the game we all want to see, no offense to Bosco, is Modern Day versus Sierra Canyon. Would you rather see that, or would you rather see Sierra Canyon versus St. John Bosco?
I think the Modern Day loss. Okay, that's a great question, and you might not even know it, because, and here's why. If Sierra Canyon isn't going to lose the rest of the way, would you agree with that?
Sierra Canyon, yeah, they're
okay. So they're not going to drop lower than the 2 seed.
Right.
Stick with me. Let's say Bosco loses to Modern Day.
Okay.
Maybe Sierra Canyon is that 1 seed now.
Yeah.
Okay, stick with me. I know you're texting. Stick with me. Okay. If Modern Day and Bosco are 2 and 3, what happens in the semifinal? They have to play each other.
Yeah, and if you're Sierra Canyon, you'd rather not have to go through both. You want them to cancel each other and then be gone.
Exactly. Or or what would even be more fun, though it more difficult, it's like, this is almost like parlay, like a multiplier of like magic that would need to happen. The best case scenario for anyone out there, and God, I hate to say like I'm rooting against Modern Day and Bosco, that's not what I'm doing, but I think everyone's thirsty for something different. So that's the premise at which I'm speaking.
Sure.
All the Boscos and the Modern Days out there. I ain't hating on you guys. Sure. You guys are awesome. You guys have been too awesome, actually. So everyone just wants to see a little bit something different, okay? Even Modern Day fans and coaches and players can understand where I'm coming from. You don't have to agree, but you can understand. So there's my preface. Point is I've always said this, you need 2 miracles for a different winner. You need to either, and they're twofold. You either need to beat Modern Day and Bosco in back-to-back weeks and win the whole thing, or you need to beat Modern Day or Bosco 1 time, and the other miracle part of it is someone else needs to beat the other team. And so if there's a scenario where Sierra Canyon goes unbeaten and gets the 1 seed, and Modern Day knocks off St. John Bosco, which is maybe if you're someone else, you're kind of rooting for that. Those 2 teams have 1 loss, and they're 2 and 3. they're gonna play each other in the semifinal, and Sierra Canyon will play whoever that number 4 spot is. Could be Mission Viejo, could be Centennial, could be Santa Margarita. We don't know. If Santa Canyon can take care of business in that semifinal and play who's left over in that final, we'll have a fun, different matchup. What you don't want... Okay, here's the other scenario. What if Sierra Canyon plays Bosco or Mater Dei in the semifinal, and Centennial plays Bosco or Mater Dei in the other semifinal, and they both win, and you get 2 whole new teams in the final? That is probably more unlikely, but how awesome would it be?
Yeah, that would be great. You're right, dude. You hit it on the head. People want to change up. They just do. They're sick of the same old, Bosco Mater Dei.
I believe since 2015 or 16, it's been Bosco and Mater Dei in the final, except for 1 year. It was Servite, as we all know, in 2021. And for that whole window, again, the last 10, 12, 9 years, whatever it is,
Right.
It's been Mater Dei or Bosco has won the championship. I believe the last person to win the Division I championship, or what was the Pac-5, was Centennial in 2015, if I'm not mistaken. So 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, I didn't count, 21, 22, 23, 24. Yeah, so I'm bad at math. The last 8 years, if I'm not mistaken, 8 or 9 years, it's been Bosco or Mater Dei. So everyone's looking for something different. Maybe this is the year. The kicker is, what would be actually kind of fun is, I'm not going to go this far, but man, if they win it again, it's just like, it would just be demoralizing, I think, to the high school football community. Anyway. All right. Who are you texting, dude? Let's come on, dude. Just tell us who you're texting, dude.
I'm posting on Instagram to get more people in here.
No, don't worry about it, dude. Don't worry about it. It's a ho-hum week. It was bye week. There's not a lot to react to. Everyone's waiting for league play to start. We're literally talking kind of about the one game that mattered. And that's it. I mean, the other fun game that did have, Lucerna beating Edison was kind of cool. And that Landon Armenta had two receiving touchdowns and kicked a 42-yard field goal. Talk about a stellar performance from that kid.
How do you lose to Northview and then you come back and beat Edison? Herky-jerky program, man, but, great for Lucerna. Great for Northview, too,
Okay, I mean, we can go straight into the awards, man, if you want.
I know. I think we need an update on your betting life, bro.
Yeah, no, it's gone. It's done. I don't do it anymore. That's it. It's over.
What did it, dude?
I was basically like, my whole thing was just I made the free play last like a week and a half, almost 2 weeks, and then that was it. I lost.
Was there a particular game?
Yeah, I guess you could say that. I went I liked that Friday game. Actually, I liked Florida State. And then I liked Florida State. They didn't cover. And then I liked ASU, and they pushed.
Yeah, so boy, they were lucky to even push.
That kept me alive, and then I did I did a complete no. I took USC 6.5.
That I knew this was coming.
Yeah, I'm like, you know what, man? Maybe they're that good, like maybe they're gonna go out there and have and then I thought to myself, like, man, I might feel stupid if they go out there and win by a couple touchdowns. I'm gonna feel dumb. You know what? I think they're gonna do it, and then I bet that, and they lost.
Okay, how did your dad take USC's performance?
I haven't talked to him actually. I haven't talked to him. I haven't talked to him. That game was Saturday. Yeah, I haven't talked to him, so I would say he would agree with me, and you're not gonna like this take. At least I don't think you're gonna like it, but you might. Again, I'm very rational and very practical with these things. USC, I'm just look USC. So they're 4-1, right, or 5-1?
USC 4-1, right?
Okay, I think so, or whatever it is. They have, they're going into that game unbeaten. I'm okay. I know this is not. I'm okay with them going on the road, showing good things and bad things like anybody else in the country, and they lose on the road in the Big Ten by a point. I'm honestly okay with it. I didn't have the expectations that SC isn't winning the national title, dude. I'm not sitting here like, oh, there it is, they suck. I know they're not world beaters. So I think if they can get through this season and be like a 3-loss team, the bigger disappointment is if they lose to Michigan at home.
Why? No.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
That
yes.
game's going to be a pick'em. I mean, bro, here's the thing. If you can't beat Illinois, what makes you think you're going to beat the Michigans, Ohio States, Penn State, Oregon?
That's USC, though. That's USC for you, man. That's USC. They lose. You know, that's been the thing with Riley, man. Like, to me, they always seem to drop the, you know, lay the egg when they're not supposed to, and then they show up when they're supposed to. And again, I look, they had all those games. They had so many. Dude, they were on Michigan on the road last year, lost. I mean, they had so many games they had so many teams on the ropes last year, man. They couldn't pull out the win. I think that changes this year. It's I couldn't believe that deep. I knew once they took the lead that Illinois was going to come down and kick a field goal. The defense couldn't stop a nosebleed. So,
all right,
I don't know. I'm more optimistic that they're going to win at home against Michigan than being disappointed about their 1-point loss on the road to Illinois.
Okay. So wait. Okay, here's some observations that I had. Number one, why is it that every USC skill player, and that includes the secondary, is no taller than 5'9"? Why?
Repeat that one more time,
dude. What?
Repeat that one more time.
All their skill guys, receivers, running backs, are 5'9".
Who?
USC. They have no height in the skill spots, nor do they have it in the secondary. The guys in the secondary were like 2 of one, 3 of another.
Yeah, well, I mean, they had no Kamari Ramsey, who's absolutely the leader of that defense. They were missing their left tackle and Elijah Page. Like, they were missing some guys, man.
I don't know who the strength and conditioning coach is.
I don't know. Like, I can't speak to the. Jacoby Lane played. Isn't he big? Isn't he like 6'5"?
Yeah, but he was a decoy. I mean, he only had like 3 catches, I think.
Okay, and does it matter how big you are? They clearly couldn't guard Makai Lemon.
It does matter, though, because you're going to need that when you're going up against the elite programs, like truly elite. Illinois is not elite, and the other worry there was USC's defense could not get off the field.
The defense sucked.
Yeah.
The one thing I will say about USC, man, you got I don't know. I don't know what the stats are. They got to be one of the best third down offenses in the country. That guy converts third down like crazy. Maeva, man, I was stunned. That dude can ball, man. I wasn't a believer of him last year, but he's finally got a year under. You know, he's got some momentum under his belt, and clearly things are clicking. That guy can toss it, man. I wonder if he might end up being like in the Heisman talk, you know, down the line. I don't know, but that guy's good, man. I was shocked at some of the throws he was making. Really good anticipating throws.
Bro, here's the thing, man. I'm very disappointed. That's what it is. I mean, you know.
At what? At USC?
Yeah, I mean, it's like I'm to the point like where I don't want to hear about them again. Like wake me up when they do beat, you know, an Ohio State. You know,
they might beat Michigan at home, dude.
Michigan.
So that doesn't do it for you.
Not like on that top 10 level. No, it would be a nice win.
That's what I'm saying. Look. They're. I think they have a chance to beat Michigan. The Penn State game's on the road, right? I think it is. They ain't gonna win that game. The game they have a chance, I think, of winning on the road, because I don't think that team's all that good, is the Notre Dame game. I think the 2 for sure losses on their schedule, and not even looking at it, they're gonna lose at Penn State and at Oregon.
Yeah,
they're losing those games.
Oregon,
I think every other game on their schedule is winnable.
I just, okay, fine, but I don't see them on that Penn State, Oregon level. Ohio State, you know, they avoid, right? They don't have to play them.
No, they don't play Ohio State.
You know, Michigan.
They're not on that level, and I'm here telling you that they're going to lose to Oregon and Penn State.
Yeah, Michigan though isn't on that level either. Though they're a cut below those teams even though they beat Ohio State somehow.
Which is why I think SC, you know, that's why I'm saying at home a nice win. There's something about that game, if they win it, that would go a lot further. Granted, what you're saying is true. I think USC beating Michigan like a blue blood Big Ten program would carry some weight to it.
Right.
It would add some luster, I think.
Young Gabriel surprised you're talking ball, Tark, bro. Like, didn't you like come on the air with Jim Hill on Sunday? Like it was right after the Rams game. Didn't you have to talk NFL right then?
Yes, I've been doing this every weekend for 4 years, man. I don't know why everyone's surprised that I like know
Yeah,
sports.
he got mad at me, everyone, Tarek last week for like being like, bro, you're watching college football. This is great. You're like, bro, like I watch like what do you talk? I don't like you insinuating that
Yeah,
I don't watch
like I
college
just
football.
woke up and decided to pay attention. I mean, dude, I mean it's my job. I mean, I literally I pay attention to all sports. Obviously, high school is my expertise, but yeah, man, I know a little bit of everything, man. I have to. That's the gig. So, dude, Ryder Cup. You guys know I like golf. I was loving the Ryder Cup, man. I can't believe US. I mean, US like totally blew it. They shouldn't have
They
been
made
down
a match of it though on the last day. You know,
Yeah, they took a run at it.
they had an inside straight going.
Let's see. He said, "Oh, see, Steve Ramirez is saying USC doesn't play at Penn State. I don't know about that.
Okay. I don't know their schedule.
I thought they did.
Yeah, Penn State plays UCLA out here this week, but I don't know.
Michigan State, Michigan, Notre Dame. Yeah, no, he's right. Okay, I thought they were playing Penn State. Okay, even more. Okay, so this is the 3-game stretch. So maybe I thought Penn State was in here. That makes Stevie's right. Okay, I don't know what I was thinking. But yeah, Michigan at home. This is the 3-game stretch, man. Okay, now I remember. This is the 3-game stretch. I actually think if USC can get out of this 3-game stretch, 1-2, they're okay. Here's why. 2 losses, and then they just lose to Oregon. They finish 9-3. That is a realistic, possible. Yeah, look. Okay, they lose to Illinois, right? They got to win one of these 2 games. If they can get out of this stretch, 1-2, I'm cool with that. That is realistic for this team.
Okay, but bigger than the scoreboard, like when it comes to college football, is the perception board, and the perception board for USC is gonna be hard to sort of erase that bad taste that this particular loss had. Illinois had just gotten smoked by Indiana, 63-10 or whatever it was. The whole world was like, "This is USC's spot." You know, Illinois is
totally
really.
Agree with this.
They're going to come in here. USC's hot.
Totally agree with this.
You know, blah blah. It looks like Lincoln Riley has it rolling in, and they let everyone down.
Totally agree with this.
It's the same thing with Penn State. Everyone, this was the spot for Penn State to announce itself. How you're going to the only way Penn State can recover from that is by beating Ohio State on the road. The only way USC can recover. I don't know. Is stringing together those 2 wins, Michigan, Notre Dame, like you said. I mean, it's
okay. That's what I was gonna ask.
I think people will be like, but they lost to Illinois.
No. Okay, I don't agree with. Here's my question, and it's a yes or no question. Would you be surprised if they beat Michigan and Notre Dame?
No.
I agree with that. That's what I'm saying. It wouldn't surprise me. I think they're capable of winning those 2 games. It wouldn't be like, oh my gosh, it wouldn't be like I just think they went on Illinois. They didn't play their best ball. They lost by 2 points. Like, I'm willing to give them a little bit more of the benefit of the doubt. I really am. I think they can win at home and then go on the road and beat a Notre Dame team that does not look all that great.
Nothing surprises me anymore, dude.
Okay. Okay.
I'm just pissed you're out of action, man.
I don't care. Watch. Here's what's going to happen. I'll call it
Rob,
right now.
can I get you to put 100 in Tarek's account?
No. Okay, listen. Listen, 8.
You gotta have Tarek betting.
839. SC is the kind of team that beats Michigan at home, goes on the road to South Bend, finds a way to beat the Fighting Irish. They get into the top 15 in the country and then go lose to Nebraska. That is USC in a nutshell.
Nebraska's out here, though.
But that's my okay. But to kind of the first point you made, like you said, hey man, if they can't beat Illinois, how do they expect to compete with these big dog programs? And luckily, they don't have many of those on the schedule. Like they just have to play Oregon later. But
Yeah.
at the same token, I could say, all right, if you're going to go beat
You
Michigan,
play
and
Washington, bro?
no Washington. This is the year. That's what I'm saying. So
Well, they play Iowa.
what I'm trying to get at is let's say they beat Michigan and Notre Dame. Now you can be disappointed if they go and lay an egg against Nebraska. If you can,
or Iowa,
put those two
Iowa's
wins together,
spot they could lose. Iowa's good, Tarek. I mean, they're going to make you beat them. I mean,
yeah, but that game's at home. I'm a little more optimistic about that. Then they go on the road to Oregon. They ain't winning that game.
Probably not.
They're not beating Oregon in Eugene on November 22nd. It ain't happening.
Probably not.
But then they can come back home and watch, dude. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's what's sad about this game. This UCLA game on November 29th at home, USC will win by 11. It'll be like this close, ridiculous game that it shouldn't be. I love that USC plays Northwestern because that'll be like a comparable, like UCLA almost beat them. That game was pretty rough to watch.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. USC's defense is pretty bad. I don't know. We'll see, man. It's one loss. Like, I don't want to be victim of the moment. You know, they didn't go out there and absolutely just like suck. There were parts that sucked. There were parts that were really good too. So that's.
Bros, can we get you guys to subscribe if you're not subscribed? You know, that way you can join the chat as well. So subscribe to the channel, hit the like button.
Yeah, we're at 921. Road to 1,000 is intact here, guys. If you guys could get someone in here to, ask your friends to join. Again, I know this week's a little bit slow, but that's okay. That's okay. There are gonna be weeks like that. Anyway. Okay, man. Do we get to these awards?
Yeah. Mid-season awards. The mid-season awards.
Hi-ho, Dario, the mid-season awards. Okay, all right. Now, dude, you're gonna be a little bit like, I made some graphics, I got some video. There could be an element of this that production-wise. Here's the kicker, though. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, so you'll have to. Yeah.
I'm watching live. I'm watching live on my laptop.
Yeah, so you might have to, there'll be you're gonna have to kind of go with the flow, but then you'll see what it looks like, when it catches up. So just bear with me here. Okay, Aram, we're gonna first start. I'm just gonna pop it up here. We're gonna first start with your picks here. So give me a second.
Okay. Tarek pulled me today, ladies and gentlemen, and it took me by surprise. I'm working. I do that morning thing with Freddie, the mid-morning, Monday morning sickness. And then I look at my text and Tarek has this thing hey, just making sure you saw this. Need to have this to me by 7. And it knocked my balls across the street, man. It was player of the year, defensive player of the year,
Okay, I got it.
breakout of the year.
Okay.
I have to really think.
So here's how I did it, by the way, Aram. Okay. I'm gonna show you your mid-season awards. It's a graphic, and then it's a list. And on it is the defensive player of the year, the coach of the year, the surprise teams, and the disappointment so far. And then I'm going to show my picks. Then we're each going to reveal our player of the year. You'll see. You'll see when it comes up. Point is right now I'm about to show all the award winners that you have deemed mid-season award winners, except player of the year.
Okay.
You know what? We're going to get a little music for this.
Ooh, all right. Cool. There's a... Oh, go ahead.
Hold on, you're good. All right. You guys let me know if that music's too overpowering, but I think it'll be okay. All right. Here you go, Aram. So what's showing now... Actually, as I'm showing it, let me see if there's a way. Again, people that don't know, there's a lot kind of going on the back end here. Aram, I'm gonna see if you can see this. Aram's awards. Can you see that now, Aram? Or no?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm saying, can you see the graphic? I just.
Yeah, I see it.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that's what's showing on the screen. It's us with that on the screen. So I asked Aram. So we're doing mid-season awards. Okay, standouts, so on and so forth. And I put, I asked him for a player of the year, a defensive player of the year, a coach of the year, surprise teams. So right now we're seeing everybody but the player of the year for Aram. That's going to be a little later. So right now, Aram, if you want to speak on this list, go for it.
So I think it's Jaden Hill, right? Or does he go by JD?
I'm pretty sure he goes by JD.
Hype. From Mission Viejo, everybody. Yeah, what can you say? Kids doing it like multi-facets. Mission Viejo usually, you associate them with high-flying offense. But they actually have a pretty good defense this year, as evidenced by that Santa Margarita game. So am I saying he is the best defensive player in SoCal? No, I would probably say that's Wesley from Sierra Canyon, bro. But is he having the best season? That's a different story, and that's like kind of like what I'm using here. So it's kind of like the Heisman, bro. Like who's having the best season?
Mm-hmm.
Not necessarily. Whatever. I mean the best player. So yeah, Jaden Hill, 8.5 sacks, Tarek, and leads the team in tackles as well. There you have it. Good, solid team. The guy's doing it in multiple categories, so that's why I got him.
Okay, I mean, you want to keep going?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Coach of the year. Let's talk about your pick. Again, this is everyone but your player of the year. Then I'll go. Okay. Then we'll go back and forth. Go ahead.
Yeah, Coach of the year, Matt Logan. I don't need to say why. He did SoCal a favor and beat Mater Dei. That's the win of the year. That's the game of the year so far in SoCal. So midseason award-wise, Matt Logan gets it for me. Surprise team, as you can see, that's La Cañada. They're looking at maybe being a 10-0 team with Monrovia's QB being out. La Cañada, they're undefeated going into league. And now you probably make them the favorite over Monrovia to win the Rio Hondo League. And so that would mean a 10-0 season. So that's a surprise I don't think really anyone saw coming. We knew they'd be good. I don't know about 10-0 good. Los Alamitos is the other one. Los Altos fans are like, no, that's us. No, Los Alamitos this time. Yeah, what can you say? Undefeated, having a great year. Nobody really saw that. We all kind of thought this was going to be a down year for them, and it didn't happen. They're having a great year so far. We'll see what they do in league. Tough league. Disappointment team, Newberry Park. What can you say? D2 champ last year. And I get it. They lost some key guys like Rosenthal to the draft, if you will. But I mean, what can you say? They still have a stud QB, and I'm sure they would tell you over there that they're disappointed. So that's mine so far.
Okay, yeah. One thing I'll say about that Mission Viejo, JD Hill, maybe one of the, like, he's the biggest stock riser so far in regard to recruitment this fall. In just 5 or 6 games, the guy, I want to say, and maybe Gabe will kind of know this, I want to say he was committed to like Northern Arizona or like San Jose State or something like that. And then he decommitted, and he's got all the power conferences after him, man, like high level stuff. So I'm pretty sure about that. And that's a great pick. He has absolutely been a monster this year, and not only is he playing well, but Mission Viejo's only got 1 loss, and it was out of state. So love that. I'm gonna go over my picks here. Give me 1 second. Let me just sorry, give me a second here. There we go. Okay, bang. All right, so these are my picks. I went a little different. My defensive player of the year, Jaden Watt-Green, who is the man that had the interception to beat Mater Dei. Not only, I believe he has 5 interceptions on the year, and he leads Centennial in tackles. So you're talking about someone that's putting his nose in it every single play, getting a tackle. He's got great ball skills. He is got 5 interceptions on the year. He's making plays for Matt Logan and that Centennial defense. I love that. So for me, someone that's playing well and it's impacting winning. When I look, man, there's a part of high school coverage, Aram, you'll back me up on this, when you're a high school sports reporter, yes, you're telling stories. Yes, you're doing rankings. But there is a sliver of that coverage that is analysis, where you are evaluating players. And in my evaluation, in every sport, especially basketball, but in football too, how is this player impacting winning? That is what college coaches look at. When they see a player, how can that kid help me win? And that kid, Jaden Watt-Green, is doing that for Centennial, man, big time. And then Coach of the Year, I got to go James Stewart. I just have to. Unbeaten, winning games that no one really thought they'd win. It was kind of like, yeah, Damian looks good, but I don't think they'll go on the road and beat Jay Sarah. Beat him. Yeah, Damian, maybe, I don't know. Okay, they got Jay Sarah. Maybe Jay Sarah's a little down, but watch, they'll lose to Tustin. Beat him. So I like that Damian is winning games that, I don't know if not necessarily winning games that they shouldn't, but winning games that people don't think they should win. That tells me that they're confident, they have identity, they have culture. That means that coach has them practicing hard, and practicing hard doesn't always mean hitting hard. That means in the weight room, that means in the film room. I bet you all of his kids get good grades, all that stuff. It all matters, man. It all matters. And let me tell you why. Quick sidebar. I'm doing Sunday Sports Central with a defensive end that plays with the Chargers, a little bit of the Browns and Raiders. His name's Isaac Rochelle. I believe he played at Notre Dame. And this guy, and Sua Cravens too, played in the NFL. These guys talk to me about, like, I'm telling you, man, these kids roll their eyes, but Isaac was telling me that when he was in Cleveland, okay, hey man, he goes, I've never been part of like a championship program, but I've been part of program or franchises that aren't championship. And he goes, I'm telling you, man, all that stuff matters. So I'm trying to get at the point that teams that are winning, that culture stuff matters. Showing up on time, being accountable, policing yourself, all that. It matters, and it permeates onto the field. James Stewart got the team 5-0. Okay, that's my rant for James Stewart. Surprise teams. I'll be a little quicker. Obviously, got to keep with the theme, Damian. But I got to give a shout out to Crespi, and here's why. And Damian, I think Aram again will kind of like nod his head, like, yeah, makes sense. Crespi in the history of high school football in Los Angeles, especially northern Los Angeles, and maybe even all of Southern California, you could argue it's a blue blood, man. Crespi football has had its days in the sun, man, and it has been bad for a long time. But finally, I believe they're 4-0 and 5-0. They got a quarterback named Chase Curran. Again, it took a little time, but there's a culture there, man, and they're doing things the right way. Now, they're not taking down juggernauts. They're not slaying dragons, but be on the lookout for the Celts. I think they're really going to make noise in their league. I think they finish the year like 9-1, maybe even 10-0. I don't know what they do in the playoffs, but clearly something's working over in Encino. I like to see that Crespi is like back in the fold and winning football games. The level at which they're winning, I'll address that later, but you got to start somewhere, and they're off to the right track. And then the disappointment, Aram, I've been talking about them for weeks. Oaks Christian, man. I mean, that's a program I've been covering for more than a decade, and they've generally always been good. And then they kind of, they lack consistency. And right now they've got one win over, I believe, a team in Bakersfield that is either still winless or maybe has one win themselves. And they only won that game by a touchdown. Athletes everywhere. A program that says they care about football. A school that says they care about football. And I'm just not seeing it. I do think there'll be a coaching change there. It's an indictment regardless. There's going to either be a coaching change because they care about football, or there's not going to be a coaching change and it'll tell us they don't care about football. So that is my piece on my mid-season awards. I commented on your picks. Anything you want to comment on my picks?
I like the Crespi one, man. Surprised I didn't even know that.
Okay,
so
there you go.
Because
they've been bad, huh?
Yeah, I just written off the program, but but yeah, no, I mean, so that's a that is a surprise. Coach of the Year, James Stewart, definitely a case can be made. I feel like we're gonna jinx Damian tonight on the eve, if you will, of their big game against Rancho Cucamonga, biggest game of the year, toughest opponent they played this year. In my opinion, I know they've played Tustin and Jay Sarah. I think Rancho may be the toughest of them, though. So yeah, agree. Go on.
Okay, stand by. So now I'm gonna present your player of the year.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think I actually got a like a graphic and then like some highlights of this guy. Do I need to you know who it is, right? Like I don't
Yes,
either.
of course,
Okay,
yeah.
okay, all right. All right,
I
it's
think
up.
everyone else does.
It's up. Go ahead. You can talk on it. Go ahead.
So Isaiah Ariaza from Damien, you know, he is the straw that stirs the shake over there. The kid is just, you know, when the game is on the line and there's going to be those close games, they've already had one against Jay Sarah, he's going to pull it out. Accurate as all get out. Serious skill players to work with that he's making good use of. He spreads the ball all around. Probably the headiest QB, him and Fahey from Mission Viejo, that you're going to want to see all season. Has Damien, you know, he's the reason why. I mean, you know, they have nice players, they have good coaching, but he is the reason why they're on the verge of being a potential Division I team. You can see here by the highlights. I mean, footwork there, headiness there, all the throws. You know, sorry, but we just jinxed you for Rancho. But yeah, so he gets my Player of the Year vote right now.
Yeah, he is someone I wasn't too familiar with. I mean, I knew he kind of came onto the scene. Did he really come onto the scene last year, or has he been known about for a little bit?
Yeah, he was good the year before that even. But yeah, I guess you're right. Full breakout last year, yeah.
I want to say breakout type performance last year. And I remember going to a game, I forgot which one it was, and maybe it was against Rancho Cucamonga. Yeah, I think they played a really tight game against Rancho Cucamonga. Maybe that was 2 years ago. Man, my memory's going on me. But yeah, I went out to Damien and sat with Fred in the press box, and they played somebody, man, and I was impressed. But I don't think it was last year because the old coach was there.
Okay, so 2 years ago?
Yeah, it must have been 2 years ago. It wasn't Stewart. Anyway, let's see.
Brother Patrick Hagan in the chat tonight.
So no, love Ariaza. Ariaza will be on my like offensive player of the year watch list. For my player of the year, going a little outside the box. It's not general that you see, you know, a publication or even a paper pick what I'm about to pick for a player of the year, though it has happened depending on how much of a juggernaut this person is. And Gabe almost predicted it. For me, it's Richie Wesley. And that's because this guy is impacting winning. I'm kind of going back to what I said earlier. He's a defensive player, but he's just like an offensive player that's a threat that you have to account for on the field, right? With different coverages or 2 people, 3 people, whatever the case may be. Richie Wesley for offensive coaches and offensive lines is an absolute nightmare. He's huge. He's fast. I mean, the guy is relentless, and honestly, he plays violent. I know it. I watch it. Quarterbacks are not trying to mess around with that, dude. They want to get rid of the ball. They can. It's almost like you can hear his footsteps, you know, when they're really not there. So he evokes fear into the other team, and that to me is the huge reason why Sierra Cannon's defense is so good and so hard to score on, and we've seen it. So they're unbeaten, and I think a lot of that has to do with Richie Wesley. He frees up other guys, like they got Michael Johnson, who's another big-time defensive line, defensive end type, who's got, I think, 4.5 sacks to Richie's 5. And that's another thing. If Richie's not getting in the backfield, that's probably because 2 guys are blocking him. So he's allowing his teammates to get into the backfield and disrupt, and you're watching the highlights there. He's just so intense. And then here's the kicker, man, and this is a little bit of like subjectivity here. You talk to the kid, I mean, let's not forget he reclassed. He's supposed to be a junior, and now he's a senior, okay? So this is a young kid who has an like a innocence about him, man. Like he's just like this regular kid. He's not too cool for school, always does interviews. He goofs off in the weight room. All the coaches tell me, you can see it on his Instagram. He like dances. He's kind of I'm not going to say a nerd because that, you know, he's an athlete, but almost like kind of like a dork, you know, just kind of like likes to have fun. Doesn't mind doesn't care what he looks like while he's having fun. If everyone's having fun too, you know, he's not too cool for school, man. So this is a kid I think has a bright future, and the hype reminds me a lot of when I covered Kayvon Thibodeau.
That was my next question, bro.
Yep.
Who was the more dominant high school player?
And this is what's crazy. The answer is Richie Wesley, in my opinion.
Okay.
Kayvon Thibodeau was more like elusive, probably a little bit taller and leaner. Like it's almost like he looked more of like gifted body, like basketball player playing football. That kind of length and range and quickness. Richie has that too, but he's a little more power. And he's almost more ready now. Kayvon, I want to say, was like 225, 230 in high school, which is big, but you're not moving anybody around at high level college at 230 on the defensive end. Now you can be quick, but if you go look at Kayvon Thibodeau now, he's probably closer to like 260, right? Like that's the kind of size you need to be at. Richie Wesley might be like 250, 260 right now, and all that strength. So at this stage in their high school career right now, I would give the edge to Richie Wesley. But dude, this is a guy that I think is going to play on Sundays, man. And just the last ad on Kayvon Thibodeau, very like cerebral. Not to say that Richie isn't, but Kayvon was very cerebral, very much a student of the game, thought beyond his years in regards to his life, his career, what he wanted to accomplish. Not saying Richie doesn't do that, but the other part of it is Richie's also just still a kid and he's having fun, and that's okay too. Like, just play football, try and win games. Kayvon was a little bit more like, had a little more foresight, and I think that's because he knew how special he was. And you know what? That's okay too. So yeah, man, Richie Wesley for me is someone that is, you know, gonna be on my defensive player of the year watch list. But I think mid-season, considering what the team's doing, how he's impacting their program, he's the player of the year for me.
Texas commit, ladies and gentlemen.
Going to Texas.
Usually, you know, in years past, that probably would have been a USC commit, but he's Texas after being an Oregon commit. And, you know, I'm sure that has a lot to do with money.
Oh, man. Well, there you go. There you have it. I know the internet's going crazy. Psych. No, it was.
Bro, that's it for the questions?
I mean, that's it. That's it in regard to in regard to player of the year. I mean, we got our lists out. We got a player of the year out. And look, we did it all in an hour. You know, it's not bad. It's not bad. Maybe we go another 15 minutes.
Disappointment of you.
Oh, yeah. I talked about Oaks Christian.
Oh, yeah. I that one stumped me, man. Like who's the most disappointing team this year?
Mark's a good pick, though they're going to get some help here when the SOP hits.
Good.
And then they'll be okay in the postseason. They ain't D2. But I wouldn't be surprised if they win a game or two in the playoffs, because they're gonna go D3 or like D4. Probably.
I was gonna say Bishop Montgomery earlier, and hey, we just almost went a whole show, an hour and 3 minutes without saying Bishop Montgomery, and Aaron blew it right there.
Yeah. I mean, that's I would say that is a disappointment on so many different, on a catastrophic level, obviously.
Yeah.
I can't think of anybody else that I've really kind of just. I mean, honestly, I'll say early on the team. One of the teams I was thinking about was Chaminade. I thought they were early on. I thought they were going to be good, but that's because their big time win early was against Oaks.
It was like when LSU beat Clemson, we thought like, oh my God, LSU's back, powerhouse, and now we realize Clemson sucks. That was like Chaminade's win over Oaks Christian.
It was, and I, you know, it's. I think there was an element of that where the win might have been a little overhyped. And then,
that happens in September and August. You know, that happens.
And then they lost to Valencia, and then we thought, okay, Valencia, and then they lost to Bishop Aumont. You know, it's like, you know,
Bro,
it's like, okay.
I want to bring up something here, man, because I know you're pissed at me about the cathedral thing. You know, you put the people laugh you off. No, I'm sorry, but I have to, dude. Because you know, we talked about your opening top 25, and I said cathedral. So me and Freddie were talking about cathedral this morning on our show, and here's what you didn't know, and I didn't know until this morning. I got a text during the show. They have 12 sit-out period guys. 4 of them are going to be starting offensive linemen. 3 of them are going to be starters in the secondary. So that was missing this whole first half of the season, Tarek, and now those guys are ready and they're going to be in the fold. So I think you're going to get a completely different Cathedral team. Especially, I mean, dude, if you're missing 4/5 of your what would be your starting O line, and supposedly these guys are good players, that just blows everything up right there. So
let's hope they don't get popped.
Huh?
Let's hope they don't get popped.
They have the sit out period. So I mean,
duh. You're right. Sorry,
unless something comes retroactively,
No, it won't. You're right. They're serving the SOP. They're good. You're right. I'm so in the mindset of like no one's safe, but you're right. The SOP kills all that. So
they win over that league, in my opinion. Still, the Angeles League. St. Paul, St. Francis, both 0-5, struggling. Paraclete is, I think, 4-1.
Yeah, that's going to be the game. And I don't know how good Paraclete is, but they beat Hart, and Hart's not bad. So, but I would say skill wise, Cathedral's got the edge. So yeah, I hope you're right, because I know they got guys. I mean, Jaden Jefferson's their quarterback. Then they got Quentin Hale is their wide receiver. I mean, they got guys. Let's see. I gotta see it to believe it, because early on I was not a believer, and I get it. The offensive line's important. I'll give you that, but I gotta see it to believe it.
All right, bro.
Who do they open up against? Do you know? That's probably what we need to look. That's what we'll look at here. That's how we'll close this thing. We're gonna look at some league games.
Yeah, they play St. Paul, Tarek, to open up, and it was like, man, that tough St. Paul non-league schedule. You would hate, you play that, and then you go into league like right against your very difficult, league favorite right after being blown out by Servite. I'd have liked to have seen St. Paul, play St. Francis or something to start. Instead, they're going right into the Wolfpack. Yeah.
I am going to. That's what we'll do to close this thing out. We'll just look at a couple big league games to start things off on Friday, and then we'll call it a night. Give me a second here, and I'm gonna let you see it too. Give me a second.
Bro, what? No, modern day, bro.
That's what I know. It's almost time.
So, are you saying modern day is not the favorite to win the Trinity?
I'd give the edge to Bosco, man.
Wow.
What's wrong with that?
Does not.
I think they're playing better football, man. That end of story. I think they're just playing better football. Yes. Hold on, I'm gonna make sure you can see this. People have no idea what it takes, man, to click all these buttons and get you going, dude. I'm not. Dude, I'm telling you, like, people just like, oh, like, yeah. If people saw what I was doing, they'd be like, okay, how? It is quite ambiguous back here. Okay, you should be able to see the screen now. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Aram?
Okay. Yep, I see it.
All I did was just go to Friday Southern section, and I just clicked the top 25, kind of like their, just kind of the main. That's usually how I populate like the best games and just kind of go from there. But I mean, look at these Trinity League matchups. St. John Bosco, J. Sarah, Modern Day Olu. So here's one. So who wins this Santa Margarita Servite game?
Game of the week there in that league.
There you go.
Servite
toss up. Like, Santa Margarita clearly isn't scoring well. Servite's very young team.
Yeah,
that has shown some sparkage there. But I think they have a common opponent in Centennial, correct?
Yeah. We also need to know the status, like we say every week, of Trent Mosley.
Yeah. So he was still in a boot.
Yeah.
On Saturday. So.
Yeah. You wonder if they had him, are you sitting here like grandstanding your prediction because it came?
Oh, we lost Aram. Did he lose power? Oh no, he's back. Hold on. Aram, we lost you, but stand by, son. Stand by. Okay, you're back. Can you hear me?
I feel like I should have gotten the intro again, dude.
No, you don't get it. You don't get it twice. Okay. Hold on. Yeah, throw the glasses back on. Can you still see the screen?
Yeah.
Okay, I was gonna show up a little. I was gonna do some HS ratings, maybe to show some of the predicted scores. Is that a little more interesting to you?
I love predicted scores, bro.
I don't know if they have them up yet. I'm so.
Tarek's got the unlimited package.
No,
Over.
I don't. So I got to be careful what I click. Projected ratings? No. Oh, right here. Projections results. This has got to be it. Southern. Oh god, what's the date gonna be? Okay, the 3rd, October 3rd. Okay, stand by, everybody. Hold on. I don't want to click too many wrong pages and get screwed.
How many people watched that Broncos win tonight and were like seething because their Packers teaser blew up last night because of the tie? You had like Packers tease the Broncos, and it should have been just a rocking chair winner coming into Monday night with the Broncos just cruising. And then, sorry, that was random, but
no. I actually completely unrelated, but also off topic. I'm watching on Netflix the America's Team documentary, and it's fantastic.
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
I watched the first. I think there's 4 eps. I watched 3.
I think there's 8 episodes.
Oh, okay. Well, then I watched 7, something like that. 6, 7.
Okay. The best, the in my opinion, and sidebar for everybody, if you haven't seen it and you hate, even if you hate the Cowboys, it is great storytelling. The first 3 minutes, and tell me if this is the same documentary you're talking about. It's Jerry Jones talking about how much debt he was in, paying for oil rigs.
Yeah.
Oh my god, the first 3 minutes of that doc is fantastic. The guy's talking about like being $50 million in debt. I'm fine, and he finally strikes oil. He makes $100 million on the first strike, and he said the first thought in his mind was, I just bought the Dallas Cowboys, and he goes and he does it. It's fantastic. Okay.
Right. Bro, wait up a sec.
Great, dude.
Okay, no. We have a
comment. It's your show. Go ahead. No, I'm kidding.
I'm
kidding. I'm joking.
We need to make things look good.
What?
We have a comment from Phil Wilson in the chat that says his son says that Aram, that's me, needs a mic. Stop using the webcam mic, and that will get rid of the echo. Bro, so this week you're gonna guide me on a mic.
You want to get like an external mic? Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, we have to, dude.
Yeah, you probably sound fine, but if you want to have a little bit more, if you want to be, I'm getting text to make the look, dude. It's funny. I'm getting texts to make the stand by to make the HS ratings. I get a text right here. Make the HS ratings screen bigger. Okay, which is fair because but I actually I'm not gonna make it bigger. I'm actually gonna zoom in, and I think that should do it. Here we go. Okay, let me know if that makes a difference. Okay. Where's Charity? All right, here we go. They think Santa Margarita is going to win 26-21. Dude, I can't take you seriously leaning back, dude. Okay, hold on. Okay, I can't. Dude, you need to get a cigar or something. Unbelievable. Okay, they got Modern Day beating Olu 38-24. Bosco beating Jay Sarah 48-10. I've now been confirmed that now the zoom in was perfect. All right, appreciate you. I love feedback like that. Like I want it to be a high level viewer experience. So.
Well, did you see Brock's comment right now?
They have to blow out St. Paul this week. That one?
No, bro. Brock said Aram is 10 times louder than Tarek. I have to turn up the volume up.
Yeah, that's probably because here, like I'm probably like I'm not like here. That's probably gonna be a little better. I've got my mic like straight up in my face now, so that's probably really what it is.
We are accepting sponsors, everybody, and believe me, the money will not go into our pockets. It will go into technical upgrades.
Brock, tell me if that's better. It should be. Watch it. My mic was a little bit like it's a little bit off center. Now it's like right in front of me. I'm sure that'll be better.
Subscriber 924.
Say that again.
We got a subscriber.
Oh yeah, we got a few. Thanks guys for subscribing. Okay, what are some of the other games? Hold on. Okay, Long Beach Poly, Mission Viejo, it's not a league game. San Juan Hills. Okay, here we go. Rancho Damian. What do you think? That's going to be baseline.
I think that's a very close game. As I said this morning, very close game. But in a close game, I'm going with Ariaza, the more reliable QB. But I think it's close,
That's
dude.
crazy. See, I don't think this game's gonna be that close. They got Damien 27, Rancho 26.
Yeah, I that sounds good to me.
Now James is saying I sound good, but you're off. I think you're fine. I think you're fine, dude. The guy's reeling from Monday Night Football.
Rock's usually faded by this time.
Okay, Amat Shamanad. That's a nice little. There's some good Mission League games this week. Okay, so Amat Shamanad. Let's take a look at that. The Mission League games are actually pretty good because Loyola's playing Notre Dame, Sierra Canyon's playing Sarah, but I don't think that would be.
Where's Spready, by the way? Another night where he's not in here, man.
Bishop Amat 26, Chaminade 21, Notre Dame 40, Loyola 6. Holy cow. Sierra Canyon 40. Okay, this is ridiculous. I might have to tweet this out tomorrow morning. That's ridiculous. Oh, I'm going to get texts about this one.
All strength of schedule, bro. That's
Sierra Canyon 46, Gardena Sarah 0. Aram?
It could happen, dude.
God, that just seems.
Are you going to that game?
Maybe. Okay. Another thing on a personal note. My wife is due October 6th. So it's possible that's the end. That's a game I go to just because it's like literally down the road. I might not, but I mean, I don't know. If I go anywhere, it'll be close to home for obvious reasons because we'll be basically like on call. We're on call now.
Is a Monday, so you may not see a show that night because
potentially.
The real show is Tarek bringing in another kid.
Now we could live stream that. No, I'm kidding. Kidding.
I'm sure Bree would like that.
She would. Yeah. No, definitely not. I'm trying to think of any other games, man. I think that's it. I don't know. The Alpha League doesn't start till next week because it's only a 4-team league. Are there any good SGV games? I mean, we probably could start wrapping this up.
Damien Rancho.
Yeah, we got that one already.
Yeah, Baldwin Park against Northview on Thursday night's good.
Baldwin Park. What league is that? I can check the prediction score.
VALLE. Everyone in the SGV calls it Valley Vista League, but it's Valley Vista.
Wait, what teams?
Northview and Baldwin Park.
Is it a Thursday night game?
Thursday, bro.
Yeah, that's right. That's why I'm like, I'm not seeing it. Wow, Okay, do you know these? Do you know some of these already or no?
I don't know any of them. I don't have a subscription.
Okay, they're predicting Northview to beat Baldwin Park 44-7. Doesn't that seem a bit lopsided or no?
Man, they've had some funky predictions, man. I hate.
Who'd you pick in your show?
What?
Who'd you pick in your show with Fred?
Northview, but it's making these whacked out predicted final scores is making me question the overall validity of the power rankings that we're using to decide the playoffs. I mean, how can it be such a wide? And by the way, you know what the power ratings can't factor in is Maxie at Baldwin Park's getting some guys off of sit out.
Right. It basically, yeah. I mean, again, to your point, it really only goes off the wins and the losses. Brock says seems way off. Oh, here we go. Here's Phil Wilson's. That's a good one. Oaks Christian plays Pacifica of Oxnard to open up Marmani League play. See, that's crazy. They got Oaks Christian winning that game 42-31. I will say I see the game being maybe a little bit closer. Like Oaks Christian's is 1-4, Pacifica's 5-0. So I get everyone would just think Pacifica would just boat race them. I don't think that. I do think the game might be closer than we all might think, but I do think Pacifica's got a little bit more together. So I would pick Pacifica to win that game, but I wouldn't Oaks Christian 42, Pacifica 31. Yeesh. They even got Simi Valley beating St. Bonaventure 31-21, and Simi's down this year. Some of these scores are a little odd.
Yeah. It makes me question the validity of those rankings,
Yeah,
man. Sorry, but it does.
All right, I think that's about it, man. I think that's about it. I'm trying to think of anything else. Anything else? Crespi, St. Anthony, Harvard, Westlake, Pet LaSalle. Yeah,
Dodgers,
these
Reds.
games don't matter.
Will you care at all about the baseball playoffs, Tarek, or no?
Yeah, I'm gonna watch Dodgers. I'll watch Dodgers tomorrow night.
Hunter Green, bro, local guy.
Covered him.
Yeah,
covered him.
I think he's gonna shove tomorrow. Heat. Yeah, I think he's gonna shove tomorrow on the Dodgers, bro. I really do. I think he's gonna pitch a fucking gem.
I wouldn't be surprised. See, they got St. Francis projected to beat St. Pius tomorrow. This week 22-21. That seems off to me. Anyway, I guess we'll find out. Man, look, the Dodgers are there is a weakness in that armor, man, and I'm not so sure. I don't know, man. It'll be exciting, but I don't know if the Dodgers make it out alive. Okay, last one. Lusinger, Inglewood. Gabe's asking a good question. Is Hamilton winning their league? No, Palisades will win that league. But Hamilton could finish second and like win the Division I city title. Okay, hold on. Lusinger, Inglewood. I think that's the Bay League, if I'm not mistaken. It's sad that I know these leagues so well. Yep, Bay League. Lusinger 26, Inglewood 21. That sounds about right. Lusinger's the better team. Inglewood's a little down. What'd you say, Aram?
I said young Gabriel checking back in with Hamilton, man.
Yeah,
pretty good.
It's a fun little story in the city. Okay, I think that's gonna do it. That's gonna do it. Trying to think of anything else. I'm gonna. Okay, I'll also one more thing that I think could be funny to wrap this up. Did you see the video of a kid getting a pick six in high school football, and he's running to score the touchdown because he picks it off on like the 20-yard line, and a kid from out of bounds tackles him?
Yes, and the refs awarded the touchdown.
They awarded the touchdown.
And I think that's a great call by the refs.
I do too.
Because if it's going to be a personal foul penalty from there on what's going to be a clear score, then that's no good. And it would almost be worth trying for a team if they were like, I don't know, man. I would hate to think that a coach would say to his team, you know what, dude, if this situation ever happens and you're standing on the bench and someone's running by you, and I think this game was in the first quarter, so whatever. I'm talking like more like, you know, the fourth quarter of a tied game. Just tackle his ass and we'll take the 15-yard penalty. Coach may get fired by the principal for, you know, whatever. But, yeah, I like it. Yeah, here you go. When I first saw this, ladies and gentlemen, I thought, how did Freddie miss this at Arroyo South El Monte? That looks like Arroyo South El Monte. But it's not.
Unbelievable, dude.
Yeah, there's the kid right out of right field. Just tackles him. You can see the flag come right in, Tarek.
Kid falls, boom, pick. He's got nothing but green grass in front of him. Look at this guy over here.
Yeah.
And what's odd to me, and you make a good point, it's 0-0 in the first quarter. Like,
yeah. You know, that's Trevor Tarek. He's intense. He's a competitor. He got a little out of control.
We brought him up from JV, man. The guy's just all heart, you know. The kids love him, you know. It's like, but I'm just trying to get at the fact that it's not like, okay, big deal. You'd be down 7-0. What is so desperate that you need to stop that kid from scoring the touchdown? I would almost understand it more if it was like an overtime game or something along the lines where it's like this play is going to end the game.
Right.
It's still ridiculous, but I think I'd try to understand the passion or the emotion of it more. But for this to be within the first 5 minutes of the game and like you're going to go down a score.
Yeah, it's terrible. And I'm sure the kid is going to face disciplinary too, dude.
And that's another thing. And then I'm thinking like, are you so in shock? Look at the adults on the sideline, Aram. Like, how does no one even comes up to yell at this kid? Look.
Yeah, one guy does.
I don't see it.
Is that it?
That's it.
Oh, all right. All right. I thought one guy did. Look, I thought it'd be a good question to ask CIF. Like, what would you guys do in this spot?
Okay, yeah.
Well, first of all, CIF is going to tell you, number one, we're going to honor what the school does. So let's say the school.
Oh, I thought you were talking about what like what an official would do.
No. I'm talking about disciplinary action for the player.
The CIF wouldn't touch this, in my opinion.
Okay, so what I was going to say is CIF would. I think this is what would happen. They would say we're going to honor publicly. We're going to honor what the school does. Now, let's say the school and the principal didn't do anything. Then I think CIF gets the call from like a Mike West or even a Tom Simmons and says, "Hey, you sure you don't want to do anything here? Not that we are, but like, you know, this is, and then maybe the school rethinks it and it does something." That's how I think that would play out in the Southern section.
Unbelievable, man. I was talking on Sunday at work, and someone brought up like Mike Tomlin. Didn't he like trip a player in the NFL?
Steve Ramirez would be a good guy to ask about this. He said,
you don't know that story? Watch Mike Tomlin.
Oh yeah, I think you're right, bro.
Player. Yeah, dude. Oh,
bro, what fun with technology, bro.
This is gonna be. See, this is what makes the stream kind of fun, is being able to just pull stuff up for the audience here. All right, hold on. Make it a little bigger. There we go. Okay. Here we go. Okay, wait. Oh, look. Oh, he didn't trip. Okay. Tries to trip.
Oh, he was kind of in the way, right?
Yeah, he okay, it looks like he was maybe enamored with watching the play on the big screen and didn't realize he was on the, or I don't know.
An NFL coach wouldn't do that, especially.
Yeah, okay. I take it all back. I take it all back.
Yeah.
All right, Aram.
Bro, what?
I'm gonna play your intro. I'm gonna say goodbye, and play your intro and get you out of here, and then I'm gonna say goodbye to the chat with under a little bit of music.
All right, dude.
Bye,
everyone. Have a great week. Enjoy the big league games this week.
Here we go.
Tarek, bro, we've been friends for a long time. Make the call.
Well, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Another episode down. Not the listen. I know Aram and I talk about this off camera often, actually. You know, we don't expect every episode to be the Money Man episode, right? It's not every single episode, not every single Monday night is going to be, breaking news and a juggernaut. But I appreciate those that keep coming back. We always have a viewership in here. We always gain some extra subscribers. So really appreciate it. Thank you so much. This channel, this show, this information, this kind of just camaraderie per se, it's for you guys, man. It's to chum it up. It's to chat. It's to, okay, sometimes we'll break a little news. Sometimes we'll get a little newsy or journalistic in here. But for the most part, this is to have a little fun and, be normal. You know what I mean? It's not always so nip tuck. It's not always so buttoned up. That's an aspect of high school sports that I've been trying to bring, man, for years. Is just, these are kids, man. This is high school sports. Like, we got to have fun. If we're not having fun, what are we doing here? So, college and pros, okay, that's a little bit more of a business. High school, we're starting to see, is a little bit more of a business too, of course. But my point is when it comes from a coverage aspect, I try to do things that really no one else is doing. I've mic'd up coaches. During the pandemic, I played video games with players and streamed it like this on Twitch. I'm always trying to mess with breakfast burrito reviews. We started with the Friday Night Spaces, which is still ongoing. Aram and I started that. I don't know if you guys remember, but the spring of 2020, that was when the coaching carousel, remember? Like, there were so many coaches and what was going on, and we were hearing all these rumors, so we started up Spaces. That's really what started. Friday Night Spaces didn't start on Friday nights. Spaces started when there was no sports going on, but there was rumors about which coaches were going to get these jobs. I don't know if you guys remember that. Dean Harrington got the job at St. Francis. Josh Henderson was interviewing everywhere after the Grace Brethren football program that was like this state powerhouse, like just disappeared overnight. The school like just didn't want to have football anymore. That's a story for another day. But I don't know if you guys remember, but those that are in here, when we started Spaces, that's how it started. It had nothing to do with scores on Friday nights. It was like the drama of who was going to get what job. I want to say Damian Porter was involved somehow because we thought he was going to get the St. Bernard job after Crespi. There was other jobs. Maybe my timelines are a little mixed up. But anyway, I think you guys remember all that. Point is always trying to have fun, always trying to mix it up. I'm always trying to bring the coverage to the fan, to the reader, to the consumer, to the person that's engaging with what I'm doing, whether it be writing, doing video, whatever the case may be. So always appreciate the support. As long as I'm still having fun, I'll keep doing this. I love the high school space. It's been very, very, very good to me, man. It keeps blessing me, and you guys keep following along. So that I appreciate. Have a great night. Have a great week. We got big league games coming up on Friday night. I'll have more coverage for you. I got a couple more stories to keep a lookout here in the next week or so. Some CIF transfer kind of stuff going on. Keep a lookout for it. Appreciate it. And hey, what do I say? Take the job seriously, but don't take yourself too seriously. All right, fellas and ladies, if there's any out there, have a good night.